Hi, good morning. Let's do some pelvic tilts and chin tucks and arm rotations and some roll ups, tabletop core strengthening, and let's finish with some leg lifts. I think that's plenty for today. So let's start out by lying face up, and let's start with the chin tucks. You're going to bring your heels, ball of the feet, toes down on the mat. Both butt cheeks are down evenly. Knees are parallel. There's some space under your low back. If you're in pain, you can also have an imprinted spine. If you have a lot of stiffness, you can have an imprinted spine. Keep both shoulders down and open, nose pointing upwards. Arms are either on your ASIS, these two bones in front of your pelvis, or press down into the mat. And let's have you bring your nose down towards your chest without lifting your head up. Let's do 6 of this. And then let's bring it back up. You can stop at when your nose is pointing upwards. You don't necessarily have to bring it back towards the opposite wall. Pay attention to when you're bringing your nose down. Don't let your shoulders roll forward, so keep your chest open. And 4. Prevent your shoulders from rolling forward. 5. And last one, 6. Next, let's warm up the arms. Let's play with the elbows. So have the elbows face towards your feet. Arms are straight. Palms pointing up, fingers pointing up to the ceiling, and rotate the elbows out to the side. Rotate the elbows towards your head. You may feel that, and then let's bring it back down. You may feel that one of your arms is a lot more tight than the other one. And that's normal. Usually the non-dominant hand is more tight. So elbow crease facing towards the feet. Arms stay straight. And elbow crease, which is called the cubital fossa, also pointing up. Let's do 2 more. Elbow crease rotating, turning towards the feet. Keep the arms straight. And elbow crease rotating towards your face. Last one. Elbow crease rotating towards the feet. And then rotating back towards your face. Let's bring the arms by your side, the chest stays open, shoulders stay down, nose pointing upward. And let's do some pelvic tilts. Let's do them with the knees closer together. So feet wider than hips. Press your heels, ball of the feet, toes down. Create some space in your low back to start. And then let's go into a posterior tilt. Let's squish that blueberry. And then let's come back into a neutral tilt. And let's tilt the pelvis forward, creating a mouse house. My upper body is stable. My legs, my femurs are not moving either. It's the pelvis is the only one that's doing the work. Come back into a neutral tilt. And let's squish that blueberry. Back to neutral. Roll the pelvis forward. Let's do one more. Back to neutral. Posterior tilt. Come back to neutral and create that mouse house under the hips, under the low back, sorry. Let's do 2 parallel ones. Heels, ball of the feet, toes are pressed in. Neutral to posterior tilt. Back to neutral to a forward tilt. You can also rock your pelvis side to side. Coming to a posterior tilt. And if we want, we can also roll up into a bridge. So continue bringing your sit bones closer to the knees, the nose keep pointing upwards, and let's lift up bone by bone. Let's lift all the way up. And let's roll all the way down. Coming into a forward tilt. Back to neutral. And let's roll up into a bridge. The hamstring is really engaged. The sit bones are gliding towards the knees. Come up as high as you can. And let's take the time rolling down. Next, let's combine the two. Let's combine the chin tucks to roll up with the bridge. So start out in a neutral tilt. Heels pressed in, ball of the feet down, toes are down, knees are parallel, arms out in front of you. Let's have the elbow creases face each other, palm face each other. You're going to lift your head, start curling your nose down towards your chest, and roll up as high as you can. If you can sit up all the way, sit up all the way and then look straight ahead. Lift up, imagine I'm pulling your head upwards. Keep the heels pressed in, keep the ball of the feet pressed in, toes are pressed in, and then let's have us roll down, controlling the movement vertebrae by vertebrae. So the low back comes down first, then the mid back, then the shoulder blades, and lastly the head. Arms come down. Let's go into a posterior tilt to a bridge. Let's roll down bone by bone. Here to mid back to low back to pelvis to a forward tilt. Back to neutral. Arms facing each other, lift up. Lift your head, start curling forward. Nose come towards your chest bone. Curl up. Curl up all the way if you can. Look straight ahead. Lift up, so you want to mobilize, or as my patient called it, rubberize your low back area. So you want to be very flexible there. And then take your time rolling down. So SI joint to L5, L4, L3, lumbar, to mid back, to scapula, and head comes down last. Let's go into a bridge again. Roll back down. Low back comes down in the pelvis. Finish with an anterior tilt. Arms lift, palms face each other, lift your head. Bring your nose closer to your chest and curl up. Look straight ahead, lift up. And take your time lowering down. And let's bring the arms down. And then let's do some tabletops for the lower core. So the goal here is that the upper body again is stable, the nose pointing upwards, both butt cheeks are down, and I'm going to do this in a neutral tilt. If you are in pain, you can also have an imprinted spine, but ideally I like to keep a neutral tilt for all my exercises. And so I'm going to start it on the left leg so you can see what I'm doing. I'm pressing my right butt, my right heel, my right ball of the foot, right toes down, and I'm going to lift my left leg up and I'm bringing it into my chest. So you can see that the space under is not disappearing. So it's only the femur, the thigh bone is the one that's doing the work. Lift the leg up, bring it into the chest, and bringing it back down. Lifting the leg, bringing it into the chest, and bringing it back down. Let's do 4, so one more. Lift the leg, and keep pressing my right heel, right ball of the foot, right butt cheek down. So my pelvis is actually very stable. After 4, let's switch to the other side. So here, left butt cheek is down, left heel is down, left ball of the foot, left toes, space under the low back is maintained. I'm lifting my right leg and I'm bringing it into my chest. 4. And then bringing it back down. And 3. If you're combining it with the breath, inhale as you lift the leg, and exhale as you bringing it back down. And last one, lift the right leg, bring it into your chest, and then exhale, bring it back down. If you want to take this further, let's do both legs. Same thing, maintain the space if you can by chest is open, nose pointing up, pelvis is in space hold. The legs are the one that lifting. Ideally in neutral tilt. So lift both legs up, bring it into the chest, and then bringing it back down. So I'm bringing my legs down. I feel this a lot in my lower core. Lift it back up, and then exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you lift, and exhale as you lower. It's actually pretty hard, so if you can't maintain the neutral tilt, with both legs, then just practice with one leg. And as you get stronger in 2, 3, 4 weeks, progress into the double leg version. There's no point of doing a double leg if you can't maintain your pelvis. Lift the leg, bringing it back down. And if you want to take it even further, have your arms out, palms facing each other. Maintain the neutral tilt in your low back. Lift the legs. And as you're bringing the legs down, bring the arms overhead. And bring everything back up. Bring the knees and hands away from each other. Maintain the neutral tilt. It's pretty hard. And then lift it back up. Again, if you feel a shifting in your pelvis, then this exercise is not for you yet. Go back to the single leg or double leg variation. Do the level that's appropriate for your strength. If you want to take it even further, you can straighten your legs, maintain that neutral tilt, and you can play with just bringing one leg down and lift it up. You can also add the arms, bring both legs down and lift it up. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Point and flex your ankles a couple times. And then lastly, let's do just a couple of leg rotations. So we're adding the legs to strengthening as well. So let's start with the left leg. Right butt down, right heel down, right ball of the foot down. Left foot is pointed. I'm maintaining the neutral tilt in the pelvis, lifting the leg, flex the foot and lower down. Point the foot, lift, flex the foot, lower down. Point and lift, flex and lower. Point and lift, and flex and lower. And then let's reverse it. Flex as you lift. Feel a stretch in your hamstring. Point as you lower. Maintain the neutral tilt if you can. Flex as you lift. Point as you lower. Flex as you lift. And point as you lower. Flex, last one. And point as you lower. Hug that knee into your chest. You can hug both knees into the chest. And then let's do the other side. Right heel down, left heel down, left ball of the foot, left toes, left pelvis is anchored. Let's start with pointing. Point and lift. Maintain the neutral tilt, flex, and lower down. Point as you lift. Flex as you lower. 2 more. Point as you lift. Flex as you lower. Point as you lift. And then flex as you lower. And now reverse. Flex as you lift. Point as you lower. Just 3 more. Flex as you lift. Point as you lower. flex, lift, point, lower, and last one, flex as you lift, point as you lower. I feel this a lot in my quad. Everything easy into your chest. Rock it side to side. You can also straighten your legs, point and flex a couple of times. Here I like to keep my chest wide open. Hug it back in. And this feels pretty good. I hope you have a good day. Thank you.